So I kinda messed up and did a whole section of gameplay without recording. Which means this part is going to be completely not blind. Of course, first thing I did was pet Rudi. Spoilers there. Mr. Mazeman, I've come to bargain. This is the northern section of the map, his face. So I'm pretty much certain that there's going to be 7 more after this. So we have Renzo and Lorelei having a bit of a dinner here. Renzo petting Rudi. Do you remember? I remember it all. Where was the dog sitting? Left to Renzo. The question I had previously was how many knives are on the table, and the answer is 3 because Lorelei dropped hers under her chair. So on the man's left side. Interior hotel, dining hall night. The woman studies her host in the flickering candlelight. Piano music plays from the turntable. The woman takes a deep breath. Now, the maze I'm designing. I have very little information. Yes, the maze is in a sense metaphorical. In what way? I think that is not something that should be put into words. You must find it yourself, within the maze. The woman makes a frustrated face. But what is it for? The maze is for getting lost, Signorina. I could use some technical specifications. The OQ theory is... Signorina, we must remember the unfortunate hen who won the farmer's race. Tonight we eat and drink. They raise their glasses and drink. The woman glances at her host. You said that we were alone, but I saw... Yes, Rudi. The man snaps his finger. Rudi, a black Labrador, comes running into the room and trots over to the table. The man ruffles Rudi's fur. What I like the best about Labradors is their complete disregard for financial institutions. No, I saw a man. A magician. The man stops petting Rudi. Signorina, that is great news. We cannot rely on technology alone. Now we have magic. Tell me more, please. He made this gesture. The woman covers her eyes with her right hand and raises her left hand, holding up 3 fingers. The man watches her seriously. Signorina, listen carefully. It is a greeting and a warning. I had a similar encounter years ago in the depths of the Cineterra's studios. Art can be very dangerous at times. The man stares out into space. Then he snaps back and smiles. But you need not worry about the magician or his brothers. Act as if he was never here, yet. The man runs over to the turntable and puts on a cha-cha. He turns to the woman and bows. May I? It was at this point that I started speculating about the nature of the third eye, and if the eye could possibly refer to the self, and there's maybe a third self in this place. Like, there are 2 Lorelei's. We've got the player character and the old woman in the bed. Maybe there's a third one who is separate from them. I don't know. It's speculation. Now, I decoded the dates of the female mannequin and their moon phases, which is these phases on these dates of her year where she died. And this opens up her diary. The pages are out of order, but they are all within 1 week. Sunday, sun. Eyes are meant for gathering nuts and scanning for wild beasts. Human eyes look but do not see. Art demands vision, and artists must not be held back by eyes. Tonight I will make my ascension. I will fade into the crimson and become matter. I will not be an artist. I will not be art. I will be the raw material. I will be magic. All left of my earthly self will be a rose. So this is the last date of the week, the last date of the journal. The winter sun came out today. It painted the garden in the most generous colors. I could see its beauty, but all details had been stripped. Mother Nature only deigns to show me drawings from her sketchbook. Soon I will not even see the outlines. Will I be even lonelier in the dark, I wonder? I spent the evening in my studio. What I paint now will soon be unseen even by me. I haven't talked about this in my previous playthrough, but was she losing her eyesight maybe? My eyes have been reborn. Everything is new again. My eyes are those of a child. I had forgotten beauty. The magician was as surprised as me. He never thought the vermilion tears would work. The cure was the most excruciating pain I have ever felt. As the drops fell in my eyes, it felt like my eyes boiled like eggs inside my skull. At the end, it felt like I was a poet of boiling red pain. But thank the eye, then, my first colleagues appeared before me in a vision. Mere apes like me, they painted the crimson maze on the cavern wall, the very first piece of art. The red eyes met mine in quiet understanding. An ancient conspiracy was shared. How long was I sleeping? Am I allowed to write about the maze? Am I allowed to write about the third eye? Am I allowed to write about the red beast? Words cannot do them justice anyhow. So, this led me to speculating that maybe the red beast in the Tale of the Brothers, that maybe they are, the first cavemen. The first people to create art of sorts, drawings on a wall. Second page. A knock on the door. The miracle has arrived. In his hand a red rose, which he handed me. But I have seen the likes of him before. Treasure hunters and thieves. This one must be the sorriest of the lot. Was it pity I felt in my callous heart? My warmth is wet and malodorous feet by my fireplace, the very own mysterious stranger. Among the many things he calls himself is an optician and an illusionist, so it is clear that he is little more than a sideshow magician. This house and I could certainly use some magic. Penultimate day. The magician is afraid of his hat. Truthfully, he is afraid of everything. Is it because his eyes are old and tired, or is it because he is not a true artist? I am still fond of him, but his gloomy chatter interferes with my work. Things have started to appear in my house. Objects and rooms and fantasies. Soon there will be a theater. The magician believes that we are still in the maze. He is wrong and right. I have been here since I was a little girl. We saw me. All day we could hear the sound of ticking. The magician that I searched at length for the clock. Its hands had stopped moving, yet time passed. We have lived for years these days, yet we are not getting older. I risk take terribly, but it is from the never-ending brushstrokes, not age. If I do not control myself, I paint. Art flows in my veins now. It is wonderful and terrible. Can I write about the maze man? I think I know what he is. Wednesday, the third day. I cannot help but believe that his journey has been a long one. Beneath the oily courtesy thumps a broken heart. Yet this is the end of the road for him. I left my jewelry box open to test him, but it is left untouched as I thought it would be. I know what he is looking for. I have never seen it, but I know it's here. But I will hold him to his word. He must cure me, which is an absurd notion. He claims that my eyes are dying because of lack of entertainment. That is his medical opinion. He showed me an endless series of images on his erythrotrope, few of which I could see what they represented. It was amusing, but became tedious after a while. Still, I played along. Next, he will treat me with a miracle tincture he calls vermilion tears. I suppose him failing to cure me somehow will be an empty victory. The fifth day, Friday. 7 journeyed in silk robes, tattered rags, in gilded wagons, and on bloody souls. Sister Moon, Brother Mars, Brother Mercury, Brother Jupiter, Brother Venus, Brother Saturn, and Sister Sun, their red eyes searching for what has been lost. Cosmic words spoken by the magician as he had made the shadows of his long-dead brothers come alive on the walls in an act of true magic. I could see them travel in gilded wagons on the first roads built by man. I could see them walk on bloody souls through endless scorched deserts, the red eyes forever looking to the night sky in search of what has been lost to them, and forgotten by the rest of us. Until now. I have lived all my life in the proximity of a cosmic beauty without ever knowing. It was right there in my father's maze. I thought it was a simple treasure, but it is much more. Entity, God, element. The human language is much too limited to describe such a thing as the eye, and we will all die in a supernova in 22 minutes. My stranger, no longer a stranger, was surprised to find it. I think he had given up on his dream. But here it was here. He wept at the great length afterward. His eyes are now like roses. He warns me to be cautious. Why is he so fearful? He cannot deny its power for long. And that's the journey of Renate Schwarzwald. Which tells us how to get the key out of the grandfather clock. So we go with sun. We go with moon. We go with Jupiter. Where is it? We go with Mars. We go with Saturn. We go with Mercury. We go with Venus. And this will allow me to enter the mausoleum. Not up for a pet? Alright. I'll leave you alone after I've interrupted your sleep last time. Well, not last time because, you know, redoing the session, but whatever. Just a nice walk down into the halls of the dead in this haunted forest. What could go wrong? So, the first is the youngest to die. The second, for who lived for 40 years. The third and fourth, for who lived in 2 centuries. The fifth, for the youngest to die. And the last for the 40 years. These are the years of Renate Schwarzwald, Renzo Nero. Oh. Okay, I should stop doing things from memory. Second at last, the youngest to pass. Okay, I got that wrong. So this is Renate Schwarzwald's grave, supposedly. This is Renzo Nero's grave, possibly. This is definitely not Lorelei Weiss's grave. Which leaves open the question, what happened to Lorenzo? Why is his name so similar to Renzo? Why is he supposedly alive during the time that Renzo was alive? Okay, I need to keep third and fourth, first and fifth. She lives. Okay, you know what? Stop relying on memory. What is second? Youngest to pass. Third and fourth, when I met fate after 40 years. So I can do this twice in a row. And I'm pretty sure who lived in 2 centuries, but I will not fuck it up. Fifth, she lived in 2 centuries, yes. And last, youngest to pass. Actually, Renate being 40 makes her older than Renzo, which is actually not too surprising, but I imagine her to be kind of younger. So here's the crypt. If you see on the floor, there's cutouts from the maze. This part is the central part of the maze. You can see the big middle corridor with an exit. This part here is the bottom left. And this one here is the middle right. Was that the same as last time? I think so. Like, the Mazeman interrogation proved that the game has some randomization to it. In this one, I need to locate where the slab was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 over here, inside this dead end where I'm standing on. This one is in here on this dead end in the middle, which is here. And this one, I need to make sure I get it right because I got the bit too low, so it's somewhere like here. I had it one place too low the previous time. There's a dollar over here. This one here is the bottom right tile of the maze, but rotated. Specifically rotated this way. This one is the top left part, and it's actually flipped. And I didn't, oops, and I actually messed this up because I didn't realize that I could rotate it. I thought it was just the right way until I checked the actual map and noticed, oh no, the two dead ends on the top, they are swapped. And this one is relatively simple, it's just the top left one, but upside down. With the top right map. And this opens a stairway downstairs, which leads to the corpse of Renate Schwarzwald and her laser eye. Hold on. This suggests that she is a real person. But she also has a body in the garden mirror, like a scene in the script of man. He lies the owl with one eye open. In the script of man, like the owl means Renate. Scut sina in scripto hominis, hic dormit noctua uno oculo aperto. It's hard to read. And I'm not all that fluent in Latin. It's been years since I've learned it. So there are two bodies for Renate. And I've already posited that this whole thing is like a massive dream sequence of sorts, or maybe not fiction, possibly fiction now that I think of it. It's like there's a whole thing about art, and there's a whole script going on for the past where Renzo meets Lorelei. But yeah, this went by extremely fast because I already knew all the answers. So let me just waste a bit of time by petting Rudi here. Rudi, come here. Good dog. He keeps going off after I pet him. Is he? Let me just follow him around a bit. No? You're just sitting here? Not showing me any secrets? Okay. I was hoping that maybe idling around the dog would show me something. Oh, maybe he will. No? Just following me. Okay. Well, so much for that. My eyes are not lasering, which I think means there's no maze man coming for me at the moment, but still gonna do a save. And I'm gonna oversave my newest save file because that's one that I made without recording. Statistics, what else is there? I've got everything except for the quiz club, which I'm suspecting is going to be behind the mirror, because that's the only way I can go so far. 10 left in the hotel, which I think means a lot hidden in the year rooms. 26 something in the quiz club, question marks, probably quizzes. 3 shortcuts. I've previously misread it as 26, no, 16. So I was looking, okay, 2 shortcuts in the cafe, 1 shortcut on the 3rd floor from Renzo's room, and then no 4th, nowhere else. And I was wondering, oh, where's the last shortcut? But no, I'm just a dum-dum. I've got 17, there's 3 other ones left. Well, I'm pretty close to the end of the game. And that's it for now.